Hi, I'm Lee, and this is day 8 of my 4th attempt to get through the adventure book Greenblood. This is our first time we've gotten to day 8. We've never been this successful before. A part of me hopes we never get a day 8 again because we get to the end, but I think we will die many times before we get to the end. But hopefully we'll keep getting to a day 8 or equivalent. So previously we'd found a tower, decided to go inside, and after using our fantastic acrobatic skills to climb up the walls, we had 3 choices. We could tiptoe over to the bedside, we could search the room, or we could take a closer look at the mirror. And there were 9 of you. 2 voted for bedside, 3 voted for mirror, and 4 voted to search the room. So let's get looting and turn to 470. You discover a stout bronze chest in a vine-carpeted alcove. Your heart thuds with greed as you contemplate the lavish treasures it might contain. Alas, you are destined never to possess a single gold coin of that treasure. The moment you touch the hasp, the vine leaves start rustling of their own accord, making a noise like 100 hissing serpents to break the silence of the bower. You should have guessed that the treasure chest should be protected by an alarm spell. Turn to 499. Uh-oh. Stirring at the noise, the woman on the bed raises a slim white arm and brushes sleepily at her face. At any moment she will awaken. If she discovers you here, she might well express her surprise in a manner involving both magic and malice. You must be gone with all stealth and haste. If you have roguery, then you can use your skill to slip away unnoticed. But we do not have roguery. We're a monk, not a rogue. So otherwise we turn to 485. 485. You are halfway across the room when you hear an imperious voice raised in thunderous anger behind you. Glancing back, you see the lady of the tower rising from the bed. Soil and flower petals scatter to the marble floor as she raises her arms to the moonlight and sings the words of a spell. Suddenly a numbness creeps through your limbs, and you see patches of grey mould spreading across the backs of your hands. With a horrified cry, you reel out of the chamber and stagger down the steps of the tower. Lose 4 life points because of the noxious blight spell, unless you have charms and an amulet, in which case you can protect yourself and lose only 1 life point. We don't have charms. We have spells, but we don't have charms. So we've lost 4 life. We started on 11, so we're down to 7. If you survive, which we do, the enchantress stands and watches you flee, sending peals of laughter ringing down the stairwell to mock you. The doors fly wide at your approach, but even on the threshold of escape you are frozen to the spot at the sound of her voice. Get you gone, mortal. If I catch you on my bedside a second time, your corpse will be food for my night blooms. You stagger outside and the tower door slams shut behind you. Turn to 479. So we didn't die. We'll take the bonus of that. We didn't die. 479. You make your way quickly away from the eerie ivy-clad tower and return to the main track, where you snatch a few hours' rest before continuing on your way. Turn to 454. So we're going through a lot of things. We're wounded, but we're alive. Focus on the positives, people. 454. As you walk on, you find gaunt grey crags jutting up out of the forest. It is a relief to find clear landmarks at last. The forest is broken here, where the soil is thin above the grey rock only grass can grow. And you walk out of gloom into bright sunlight that hurts your eyes. There are countless paths leading back into the forest in all directions. As you stand contemplating the choice of ways, a voice above you and behind you says, "Lost, are you?" You turn around and look up. All you can see is a silver-feathered owl perched at the top of an outcrop. "Lost, are you?" the voice says again. It sounds as if the voice came from the owl, but its beak didn't move. Will you admit that you were lost and turn to 258? Or ignore it and walk on, choosing one of many ways at random and turn to 277? So our side quest didn't go well. We've been wounded, but we're alive. We didn't lose anything, but we didn't gain anything. We're back to being lost in the forest, but in a different way we're lost in the forest. Potentially we've got a owl talking to us, asking if we're lost, which we can either admit or we can ignore it and try our luck. So, get voting and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Do we listen? Do we admit to the owl, or if it is an owl, or do we ignore it and plod on? See you tomorrow.